Your muscles aren't just shrinking, they may already be vanishing. By age 60, your body can be in full breakdown mode, and nearly 99% of older adults don't even realize it's happening. Journal of Gerontology. 2021. By the time you feel weaker or slower, you may have already lost up to 15% of your lean muscle mass, and after 70, that number can be closer to 30%. This isn't just about getting older. It's about muscle death. And here's the shocking truth. Even if you eat protein every single day, eggs, chicken, steak, it still may not be enough to stop the decline. Why? Because you're missing the very specific amino acids and compounds only found in certain powerful plant proteins. One study, Nutrition Reviews, 2020, found that replacing just one serving of eggs with the right kind of legume was linked to a 26% increase in muscle protein synthesis. Imagine protecting your strength while also reducing your risk of type 2 diabetes and frailty just by swapping part of your dinner. Over the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through the 8 most powerful beans for people over 60, ranked from good to absolutely unbeatable. These foods have kept my patients stronger, more mobile, and more independent without powders or pricey supplements. And as you listen, I want you to think about this. Which of these could you start eating today? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you're serious about protecting your strength, subscribe right now so you don't miss what's coming next. Oh, and for those of you new here, I'm Dr. Mark Hyman, MD. For over 3 decades, I've helped thousands of patients reclaim their health, reverse chronic disease, and live stronger, longer lives. I've seen firsthand that muscle is the currency of longevity. And today, I'm giving you the most overlooked tools to protect it. Let's start with bean number 8, Lima beans. These soft, pale green legumes might not be your first pick at the grocery store, but for seniors looking to preserve muscle, they're a quiet powerhouse. Just 1 cup gives you around 7.8 grams of protein USDA. 2021. But here's the real magic. They're rich in leucine, the amino acid that flips the switch for muscle protein synthesis. Think of leucine as the ignition key for your muscles. Without enough of it, your body struggles to repair and maintain lean tissue, and that's exactly what accelerates with age. The manganese in Lima beans supports collagen formation, which keeps your tendons and connective tissue resilient, while molybdenum helps your body break down waste and improve iron metabolism. Better oxygen delivery means better recovery after even light activity. Lima beans are also high in soluble fiber, which helps stabilize blood sugar levels, important because frequent spikes are linked to inflammation that can slow muscle repair. American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2016. For older adults, controlling inflammation is one of the most critical steps to staying strong. To get the most benefit, steam lima beans gently or add them to soups near the end of cooking. Overboiling can destroy some leucine content. Pairing them with vitamin C-rich foods like tomatoes or a squeeze of lemon can improve iron absorption by up to 67%. Journal of Nutrition, 2012. So next time you pass them by in the store, remember, they may not win beauty contests, but they could be the unsung hero of your muscle health. Number 7 on our list is black beans. And this is where I want to introduce you to Frank, a 72-year-old retired firefighter from Ohio. When Frank first came to me, he was frustrated. He worked hard his whole life, but now even carrying groceries up his porch steps left his legs shaky. Black beans might not sound like a miracle food, but they are loaded with nearly 15 grams of high-quality plant protein per cup. USDA 2021. What makes them special is their rich lysine content, an amino acid crucial for collagen production. Collagen isn't just about skin. It strengthens your tendons, cartilage, and ligaments, helping you move without pain. Frank started eating black beans 3 times a week. Why? Because they're also packed with anthocyanins, the same antioxidants that make blueberries famous, and these compounds may help reduce muscle inflammation and improve circulation. American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. 2016. Better circulation means more nutrients delivered straight to your muscles during recovery in just 6 weeks. Frank noticed he could walk to the park without stopping to rest. His balance improved, and those shaky legs, almost gone. Studies have linked daily legume consumption to 20% better insulin sensitivity. American Journal of Clinical Nutrition. 2016, which helps your body use food for muscle building instead of fat storage. If you want to follow Frank's lead, soak dried black beans overnight, then slow cook them with garlic, bay leaves, and a drizzle of olive oil. They're delicious in grain bowls or hearty soups, and they just might be the edge your muscles need. Number 6 is navy beans, the quiet powerhouse hiding in plain sight. When I told Frank about them, he shrugged. Aren't those just in canned soups, he asked. But after adding them to his weekly meals, he started noticing something remarkable. Navy beans deliver about 15 grams of high-quality protein per cup and are rich in arginine, an amino acid that may help widen blood vessels by boosting nitric oxide production. Journal of Applied Physiology, 2014. Better blood flow means more oxygen and nutrients reach your muscle cells, speeding recovery and reducing soreness. For someone like Frank, who wanted to keep walking to his favorite fishing spot without aching knees, this was a game changer. Within a month, he could walk farther with fewer stops. And the steady stream of amino acids in navy beans, thanks to their high fiber, provided what I call an overnight repair kit for muscles. Most of your healing happens while you sleep, and these beans feed that process all night long. They're also packed with folate, magnesium, and iron, key players in keeping your red blood cells healthy and your energy steady. A 12-week study, Journal of Applied Physiology, 2014, linked arginine-rich diets to a 9% increase in leg strength without extra exercise. So, if you're following along with our 7-day bean challenge, here's your mid-video task. Comment beans below if you're ready to try it. I'll be checking in to see who's committed. To prepare navy beans, soak them overnight, then simmer slowly with turmeric, black pepper, and garlic. Finish with a drizzle of olive oil for maximum nutrient absorption. Simple, tasty, and a quiet guardian of your strength. Number 5, chickpeas, or as most folks know them, garbanzo beans. When I first suggested them to Frank, he laughed. Isn't that just for hummus? But after he learned what was really inside these little golden nuggets, his grocery cart looked different. 1 cup of chickpeas packs about 14.5 grams of protein, along with manganese, magnesium, iron, zinc, and especially vitamin B6. Vitamin B6 is linked to better activation of the enzymes that turn amino acids into actual muscle tissue. Nutrition Journal, 2015. Without it, you could eat protein all day and still fail to build strength. Frank started adding roasted chickpeas as a snack before his evening walks. Within weeks, he noticed more stamina. The hill that used to leave him winded wasn't such a challenge anymore. That's because Chickpeas may help stabilize blood sugar, reducing the inflammation spikes that break down muscle tissue. In fact, a 2015 randomized controlled trial found a 22% drop in post-meal glucose spikes when participants ate chickpeas daily. Nutrition Journal, 2015. Another secret weapon? Resistant starch. This special carb feeds your gut's good bacteria, which in turn is associated with better hormone regulation, including testosterone and growth hormone, both critical for muscle preservation after 60. If you want to make them part of your day, go beyond hummus. Roast them with olive oil and sea salt. Add them to salads or stir into stews. And remember, for Frank, this wasn't about a trendy food. It was about regaining control over his energy, his walks, and his life one handful of chickpeas at a time. Number 6. Mung beans. When Frank first heard of them, he pictured the tiny sprouts you see at salad bars, but cooked mung beans. That's a whole different powerhouse. 1 cup gives you over 14 grams of protein and is loaded with leucine, the amino acid that is linked to triggering muscle protein synthesis. Journal of Nutrition and Health Sciences. 2019. Here's the thing. After 60, your body develops something called anabolic resistance. That means even if you eat enough protein, your muscles aren't as responsive. Leucine may help override that barrier. In fact, older adults in a 2019 study who ate leucine-rich foods paired with vitamin C-rich veggies improved protein uptake by up to 30%. Journal of Nutrition and Health Sciences. 2019. Frank took my advice and started adding mung beans into a turmeric-spiced soup twice a week. The anti-inflammatory compounds, flavonoids, and phenolic acids are associated with lowering TNF-alpha, a molecule tied to muscle wasting and fatigue. Within a month, Frank told me his post-walk soreness didn't linger the next day like it used to. The beauty of mung beans is versatility. You can soak and sprout them for crunchy salads, blend them into savory pancakes, or cook them into a hearty stew. For seniors like Frank, they're more than food, they're a biological advantage, helping the body fight back against the muscle loss that aging tries to steal away. Mini CTA. By the way, if you're still watching, drop a comment saying beans if you're ready to try the 7-day challenge. Number 7. Great Northern Beans. By the time Frank hit week 5 of his bean experiment, something else changed, not just his muscles, but his posture. He told me he could stand straighter, and his knees didn't ache after gardening. That's when I knew the Great Northern Beans were doing their job. 1 cup has nearly 15 grams of protein, but the real magic is in the calcium, phosphorus, and potassium combo, all linked to stronger muscles and bones. Osteoporosis International, 2016. C. Muscle strength. Without bone stability is like having a powerful engine in a car. With cracked wheels, you're going nowhere fast. In that 2016 study, older adults with higher phosphorus and potassium intake had 23% fewer fractures and were associated with better lower body function. Frank was living proof of how food can reinforce the muscle-bone connection. He told me his balance on uneven ground was better than it had been in years. Great Northern Beans also bring resistant starch, feeding the gut microbiome, which may help reduce chronic inflammation, a hidden enemy that accelerates muscle loss. We slow cook them with kale, garlic, and a splash of olive oil, creating a meal that nourished both muscles and joints. Frank's takeaway. It's like I rebuilt the foundation first. Then the walls got stronger, and he was right. Bones and muscles work together. Strengthening one without the other leaves you vulnerable. Number 8. Soybeans, or edamame. By week 6, Frank was curious. Could a plant really match eggs for muscle gains? So we swapped one of his daily egg servings for a bowl of steamed edamame, and the results surprised even me. Soybeans are a complete protein, meaning they have all 9 essential amino acids in the right ratios for muscle growth. 1 cup packs a staggering 31 grams of protein. And according to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition 2012, soy protein builds muscle just as effectively as animal protein when combined with resistance training. Here's where it gets interesting. Soy also delivers isoflavones, compounds linked to hormone balance. For seniors, that's huge. High cortisol from chronic stress may lead to muscle breakdown, but isoflavones are associated with reducing that catabolic effect. Frank wasn't just building muscle, he was protecting it from being torn down. Within 2 weeks of adding soy, Frank noticed better post-workout recovery. "I'm not sore for days anymore," he told me. His energy in the mornings improved, and his grip strength test at the local wellness center went up 12%. The key was keeping it simple: fresh edamame, lightly steamed, tossed with sesame oil and sea salt. No processed soy patties, no fake meats, just whole, nutrient-dense food. Frank laughed one afternoon and said, "If I'd known beans could beat bacon, I'd have started years ago." And in this case, the science backs him up. Soybeans aren't just a substitute. They're a contender for the heavyweight title in senior muscle nutrition. Number 9. Lentils. This was the final leg of Frank's 7-week challenge, and by now, his neighbors in Columbus, Ohio, had started asking what he was doing differently. His secret weapon? A simple bowl of lentil stew. Lentils deliver 18 grams of protein and 15 grams of fiber per cup. But the real magic lies in their high leucine content, the amino acid that activates muscle protein synthesis. According to the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia, and Muscle, 2021, diets rich in leucine-rich legumes like lentils are associated with a 41% lower risk of age-related muscle loss. That's not a small number. It's a life-changing one. For Frank, the change was visible. His posture improved. His walks around the block were quicker, and his balance test score at the senior center jumped by 20%. Lentils also gave him steady energy, thanks to their low glycemic index, which may help stabilize blood sugar and reduce inflammation. We kept the recipe easy: simmer red or green lentils with turmeric, black pepper, carrots, and a drizzle of olive oil. The combination not only tastes incredible, but also is linked to lower joint stiffness. By the end of week 7, Frank was no longer just maintaining muscle, he was building it. More importantly, he had a routine he could stick with for life. That's the power of picking the right foods. You stop fighting your body and start fueling it. And now, it's your turn. If Frank could transform his strength one bowl at a time, why can't you pick 2 of these beans, commit for 7 days, and see what happens? Your future self will thank you. Over the past 9 parts, you've discovered something most seniors never hear from their doctors: that muscle loss after 60 isn't just getting old. It's a process you can slow, even reverse, with the right foods. From Lima beans that spark muscle protein synthesis, to black beans that are linked to better insulin sensitivity, to navy beans that boost circulation. Each bean had a unique role in protecting your strength. You met Frank from Columbus, Ohio, who started with sore knees and shaky balance, and by week 7, thanks to these beans, had better posture, faster walks, and more energy than he'd had in years. Science backs it all up. Studies from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, Journal of Applied Physiology, and Journal of Cachexia, sarcopenia, and muscle prove these legumes may help lower inflammation, protect bone density, and improve muscle synthesis by up to 41%. That's not just theory. It's a path back to independence. So, here's your challenge. Pick 2 beans from the list. Commit for 7 days, and share your results. Comment "beans" below if you're in. And if you want even faster results, check out the 2 videos on your screen now, one on protein for seniors, and another on a 10-minute strength workout you can start tonight. Your muscles aren't gone. They're just waiting for the right fuel. And starting today, you have it. Let's rebuild your strength, one meal at a time.